Have you ever felt emotionally drained after dealing with certain types of people? Just like your energy was sucked right out of you. That's because you might be dealing with a narcissistic energy vampire. These people constantly seek attention and validation. They manipulate others into feeling guilty and responsible for their emotions. They will belittle or undermine your achievements. These people thrive on draining other people's energy to inflate their egos and maintain control, and they do not want to see you advance further forwards than they are advancing. It's a sense of fear and lack. These low-frequency manipulative individuals want nothing other than to see you fail. They may support you at first and act like they're your friend, but if you're like me, then you can see through this and you can see people's true colours and understand their true intentions just by understanding their frequency in a bit more detail. It's really important to be aware of other people's frequencies and their true intentions before you engage with them, especially if you are starting a business partnership or engaging in a romantic relationship. So don't be fooled by everybody you meet. Be aware of people's true intentions as you engage with them. And in this video, I will show you how to recognize signs that you might be dealing with narcissistic energy vampires and provide you with ways that you can stay grounded during a manifestation process. So some examples of these types of people who tend to be these narcissistic energy vampire types. Close friend perhaps, you share some good news with them. An achievement, something you've done that you're really happy about. You've put a lot of time and energy and effort into that. Whatever it is you're trying to achieve, maybe you're making a YouTube channel, or maybe you're doing something completely different, but you've put lots of time and energy into that. You've kept it to yourself because you want to just sort of let it progress to a certain point. Then you share the news. And you're hoping for a meaningful, engaging, sort of emotional conversation, some sort of understanding that they're with you on this and it feels good. You don't need to seek the attention or the validation, but when you're sharing something nice with someone who you care about and they care about you, you expect that type of engagement coming back, right? But it doesn't happen. It's a bit of a stalemate situation. You just get, nice, I'll take a look, nothing more. Or they revert the conversation to then be about them again. Oh, I think I could do that or this or maybe something like that. Yeah, I mean, if you're anything like me, I find it impossible to engage with these types of people as I just find it incredibly counterproductive. Show some interest in what I'm telling you and I will provide you with all the attention in the world to whatever it is you want to tell me. But I need to feel like you're emotionally engaged in this. It's a projection of their own emotions and hurt onto you. As I know and understand this in clear detail, having many years of understanding and experience and seeing the same functionality of certain people. These people ultimately very much focused on the 3D world. They don't tend to see past the point of what's being said through the media and what's happening in the real world, so to speak. You know these types of people as well as I do. And some people, yes, of course, you want to try and keep them around because they're your friends, they're your family, whatever. It can be a bit more challenging, certainly with family especially. But look, if you can distance yourself from people at all, then great. But also at the same time, it's really important just to remember that the experiences that you have had or are having is all for a reason and is molding you into who you are today and what you are becoming and enabling you to understand things from that perspective. You obviously needed to do that for yourself to be able to progress to that next level of manifestation. So I think that's really key, just to have gratitude for all that you're experiencing at this particular point in time, as I have. As I realised that literally every single relationship that I had was just so narcissistic in so many ways. I don't have any qualms about blocking people, changing your phone number, going off-piste, as you change your frequency. There's plenty of people out there you can engage with on a positive level. You don't need to give these people your time. That's why I said in the beginning, if you're engaging in any sort of business partnership, relationship, romantic relationship, these things can be a bit more long-term and you're engaging in something, if you're just a friend with somebody, it's a bit more easy to just sort of move on, right? Well, I mean, I personally find it that way. Yeah, certainly from experience as well. If you're engaging in a business partnership with someone, make sure that they are fully committed. The person I engaged with, right, they already had a flourishing, successful business. I was trying to make something really happen. And then you kind of realize that they want to be involved with you to keep you where you are. They're not going to do anything. They're just going to string you along for a while to keep you in the position that you're in, because it gives them the sense of authority and this sense of control, that they have this, house or the earnings or whatever the scenario might be. So just be aware of that before you get involved in anything too deep. Certainly on a romantic level as well, I haven't got to tell anybody, we've all been there and done that. But look, it's just about protecting your energy at the end of the day and make sure that you surround yourself with the right sort of people so that you can succeed in achieving what it is you're trying to do. It's best to stay away from these types of people if possible, but obviously we encounter them throughout life. They could be friends, they could be family. Ultimately, these scenarios, I'm sure most people are encountering them at some point during their lives, but it can seriously affect your manifestation. You need to protect your energy. That's the most important thing of all. Develop in a way that you can maintain your positivity, your uplifting spirit and outgoing energies of love and peace, and not be hindered by the fear and lack projected by the narcissistic energy vampire, as they will drain your energy and they will bring you down. And they may pretend to be your friend at first, but know that this is a facade and they cannot keep up the routine of the nice guy for too long, as it will not last. It is in their nature. And if you're like me, then you can see through people to understand this in more detail, as I've had a lot of experience in dealing with these types of people throughout my life. Up until the age of 7 years old, we are what we are. We are in our innocence, we carry on and we just enjoy our lives. But at the age of 7, our subconscious mind is programmed to a point where we are starting to operate in routines that have been programmed into us, ways of thinking, ways of operating and doing things. And certainly if you continue to encounter these types of people after that point, it can only get more challenging as you enter your teenage years, as it was for me. At that time, you don't understand what's going on. You think, wow, is this really life for me? Is this the way it's going? I thought it was all love and peace. That's the way you feel when you're a child anyway. But yes, of course, there are people out there that want to see you fail and want to bring you down, especially close friends and family. And what you might see as what happened to me, you start to form the same relationships with other people who then become your friends. So if it is a close family member, you're continuously picking up on their traits throughout life. And what I didn't realize is I was starting to act in the same way. In this sort of narcissistic, arrogant, chauvinistic kind of no respect for anything type of attitude towards the world. Yeah, because I was full of a world of hurt, which I now understand and I have now processed to a point where I am at peace. However, understanding this in clear detail is what enabled me to generate the peace, so that it was possible for me to fully engage with the manifestation process. And some of that, as I mentioned in my last video, I was put back in the situation where I was living with my family again. And I had to experience some of those same things. And that's what it's all about. You can't move forward sometimes until you let go of the past. You have to let go. And that's what it was for me. I had to experience that to a point where I became grateful for these relationships and not resentful. So we all have narcissistic energy vampires in our life. It's just a case of how you deal with them and how you let that affect you and how you can enable yourself to move forwards. Grounding techniques are absolutely wonderful during this process. Meditation, taking a walk outside in bare feet. Just literally going outside and spending some time in nature. Go and stand by a stream, listen to it flow. Listen to the birds tweet in the sky and be grateful for everything that you have right here, right now. Channel your energy into peace, love, positivity at all times. So do not be hindered by those who are living in fear and lack. Mindfulness throughout your journey is incredibly important. I'm sure if you've aligned with this video, then you're already engaging in some sort of meditation and mindfulness breathing practices, perhaps, to keep yourself aligned and on the frequency of your desires. I like to use water therapy myself. The cold water and then hot and cold. You know, I find it an excellent combination, as well as the kinesiology, the Reiki. I've touched on these things before, but they are immensely powerful tools available to anybody to help you remove these blockages and change your line of thinking. You may have sort of deep-rooted beliefs about some of these relationships that we're talking about here that you're unable to detach from. Well, let's get deep into the emotion and find out what it is you're clinging on to. And you will do that by engaging in some of these practices. Hopefully you've taken something from this. Hopefully, it's helped you in some way. And it'd be amazing if you could subscribe and tell me your success stories down below, or just where you're at. And if you need some help, I'm happy to have a chat with you, as I seem to be doing that a lot for people at the moment. And this is growing into something amazing. And I'd love to just have more people on board, right? So we can reach more people, we can heal more people, and ultimately we can create a better place for everybody. So yeah, the message today really was just to be aware of these narcissistic energy vampire types that are just out there to take you down. All right, be aware of what it is you're trying to achieve and who you're associating with while you do that. I think is really important. And yeah, if you want to reach out and have a chat, if it is family or something like that, and you're struggling a bit, just let me know. I'm happy to have a chat with you. Yeah, look, I know that you're all amazing people with a huge potential. And if you've aligned with this video, it's for a reason. So hopefully you've taken something from it. And I do wish you all the best. I wish you all the best. I love you all. Thank you.